Someone made a comment about one of my last videos about how they couldn't stop staring at the gator that was in the background. Well, there he is. If there's water in Florida, you have to assume that there's a gator in it. Welcome to episode 4 of my Patriot game series. Thanks for tuning in. In the first 3 episodes, it was kind of like, why are you doing these Patriot games? Why are they important? What's the rationale behind doing it? And this episode is going to be different. We're going to talk about something more interesting, fun, engaging, plate carrier. This is going to be my setup, not necessarily a review of the plate carrier itself, but more of how I have it loaded out. And there are hundreds of videos on YouTube about plate carriers, some by some pretty prominent YouTubers and then some, less prominent YouTubers like me. But they all have one common theme, and that's, why are you wearing a plate carrier? Are you doing it for a competition such as the Patriot games, the tactical games, sniper challenge? Are you duty? Or do you wear a plate carrier every day at work? Are you doing it for self-defense at home? There are so many different reasons why you might wear a plate carrier, and you have to find which reason is applicable to you. So for me, it's a competition. And in this competition, the Patriot games, we have a set of rules. You have to have your plate carrier set up in a way that it weighs 15 pounds stripped bare. So plate carrier, pouches, and plates. 15 pounds minimum. And I didn't want to get something where I would be so close to 15 pounds that I might be a little bit under and then would be kind of disqualified or unable to compete in those categories that require a plate carrier. So I got the plate carrier first. It's a HRT tactical rack plate carrier. I got the Maximus placard down here, and then Hydromax backpack on the back, and we'll go over that one at the end. There's something I got 2 months to the competition, so things might change. And that's the reason that I wanted to go over a little bit. So the plates that I got, and I'll show you in a few minutes, are Spartan Armor, and they're 7.6 pounds a piece. So together, my plate carrier stripped weighs 18.4 pounds, which is a good plus or minus. It's a good place to be. I'd rather be a little bit over than a little bit under. Totally loaded out with magazines and first aid gear and whatnot. I'm at just shy of 25 pounds. I went walking in the gym last night on the treadmill with this for 30 minutes. It does get, I didn't have the magazines, I didn't want to scare anybody, but it does get heavy. So the idea is to just train, wear it. I was making chicken salad. Son's like, oh, you're wearing that thing doing nothing? I was like, yeah, you got to get used to it. You got to get used to the weight. And that's that. The way I have it laid out, what differentiates the Patriot games from the tactical games is first aid. So the tactical games is just fitness and shooting, whereas the Patriot games, you've got mental acuity, you've got first aid, survival skills, stuff like that. So I wanted to include a little bit of first aid on my plate carrier, and then an admin pouch. So here's the first aid kit. This is not a complete one. This is more of a piece together. Some of the more important things that you might need: some combat gauze and NAR compressed gauze. I've got an NPA. I've got an NPA here, size 28, and then this is something that I like to have. I've done a lot of trauma in the ICU and in the OR, and trauma is dirty. And if you can clean that with some iodine sticks, some betadine, then that works also. So that's just a couple of iodine sticks. They fold flat and they don't take up much space, so I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. That can be argued to a point. Over here we've got just an admin pouch. I don't have much in here. I talked to the gentleman that's running the games, and I don't need a lighter, I don't need a multi-tool, so that's just added weight that I don't need, and I'm gonna not include it on this loadout. And that's why you ask yourself at the beginning, what are you using this for? So when I'm done with the competition, I'll add a multi-tool in here, and I'll add a lighter in here and all that stuff. But for now, I just have a pen and a Sharpie and then a little pad to write some notes down. I think they call it a dope chart, but I'm not a dope. But I'll also put some snacks in here, just a couple of Cliff Bars should I be lagging a little bit. This is the Maximus placard, so it has 2 pistol magazine on the side. Those are some SIG 21 rounders, and then 3 Magpul Gen 2 5.56 magazines. Also got a pair of trauma shears here, and I might add a fixed blade, I'm not sure. For the competition, I probably don't need it, so I probably won't. This first aid kit is in addition to a full IFAK that I will have on my belt. So don't think that this is the only thing. I know it's incomplete. I have a couple items back here that just wouldn't fit in this pouch, and at the risk of filling both of these with first aid, I put some of it in the back. If I wanted to, if I realize that I just don't want to do the first aid kit or the admin pouch, I can take this off. I can get just a regular placard for the 3 magazines and change it out pretty easily. And then on the bottom here, I've got a tourniquet holder. So the tourniquet pops right out. You can orient it either way. Me being left-handed, I'll pull it out with my left hand, but I can also reach under with my right and pull it out that way also, if my left arm is not working. So I said I would go over the plates. Like I said, I wanted to get a plate that would work well with what I got, and it's 7.5 pounds, 7.6 pounds, and the reason it's that light, being a level 3A, is because it's a swimmer's cut, and I'll show you in a second. The reason the swimmer's cut is so that when I have my rifle, which is unloaded, up here in my shoulder, I don't have anything in the way. The plate is here. The end of the carrier is here. The plate is here, and the edge of the carrier is here, so that when I shoulder my rifle, I can really get a good purchase. I can really get it into the crook of my shoulder and not worry about the plate carrier pushing it off to the side. So I can get a good visual through it. So the plates are Spartan Armor System, level 3A, swimmer's cut. So you can see how it really comes in. So this isn't something that I would use for self-defense. You know, ideally you would want it to cover all of your lungs, because this is, you know, your heart's right here and your lungs are to the sides. If you have the more coverage, the better. Up over my shoulder here, I've got there's some hose loops that you can do comms, but I'm going to be doing a Camelback. This might change, I'm not sure. A lot of people say water bladders stink. That's an extra, it's a 1.5 liter reservoir, so that's an extra 3.1 pounds plus the reservoir itself, so it's probably about 4, it would be at 4 extra pounds that I would have on me. I'm not sure if I'm just going to train with that on and carry a water bottle on my belt. I'm not sure, that's subject to change, but as you can see, it comes up and over. We'll just get out of this real fast, flip it around. So now we're just backwards. I've got the same plate that I have in the front, in the back, and in the back here, this Hydromax, it's got 2 pouches and then 1 big pocket. So in here is where I just stuck a couple extra things. This is a 6-inch Israeli bandage, which didn't fit in the front. I might get a 4-inch to put in the front, but I'm not sure. I can repurpose that one somewhere else. Another NAR gauze, and then a survival blanket, because in trauma, hypothermia will kill you. You want body nice and warm. This, I have nothing up here just yet. Might be more snacks, not sure. But up here, I've got a Camelback Military Crew. It's a 1.5 liter, and it fits perfectly in here. Because it is in Florida, it is really hot, and we are responsible for our own drink. So I thought maybe I'd have a 1.5 liter water bottle in the back. And without getting too much into the pack itself, I'll do a separate review on that. This is modular, so I can adjust what's on my back to make it more mission specific. Now, I'm gonna flip this back around and we'll talk about it. As I've mentioned, this is my first competition. It's my first plate carrier. I am no way an expert, but this is what I went with based on what I've read and observed on certain other pages. And I'm not so sure about this back panel for the competition. It's great. It's a great back panel in general, and I'll go over that in my review. But for the competition, I might take it off. And I've been leaning towards this for a little bit now, because when your rifle's not in front of you, it's behind you in the competition. And I am just not that good. And the back panel does make it a little bit bulky. It sticks it out that far or so. When I have water in, it'll be even further. And the rifle is kind of all over the place. It doesn't sit great. So in terms of the competition, I'm probably going to leave that Hydromax pack off and go with one on my go with a water bottle on my belt. But it's still to be determined. I might get a different sling that's more adjustable. This is a Magpul Q4, I think, MS1, and I could go with a different sling that's more adjustable to give me more space when I'm flipping my rifle around to the back. A lot of things to be determined. Have 2 months to figure it out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. Like and subscribe. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I am open to constructive criticism. I am in no way an expert on this matter, not even an intermediate. And check out my affiliate links in the description below. And we'll see you in the next video.